What if the biggest sign that a woman desires you isn't something she says, but something she quietly shows again and again when she thinks you're not paying attention? Many men spend their time trying to figure out what women are thinking. They analyze texts, overthink conversations, and search for the perfect line that will make a woman interested. But the truth is much simpler than that. Attraction rarely hides itself completely. When a woman truly desires a man, her behavior starts revealing small signals that most people overlook. These signals are rarely loud or obvious. They appear in the way she looks at you, the way she reacts to your presence, and the way she subtly pulls you closer into her world. Most men miss these moments because they are too focused on proving themselves. They try to impress instead of observe. But attraction is not something you force. It is something you recognize. When a woman wants you deeply, her energy changes around you. Her attention becomes sharper, her curiosity becomes stronger, and her behavior begins to communicate interest long before her words ever do. The first thing you notice is her attention. When a woman desires you, she naturally focuses on you more than others in the room. Even in a crowded place, her eyes often return to you. She listens carefully when you speak, remembers small details, and responds with genuine interest. This kind of attention is not forced. It happens because your presence naturally pulls her focus. Then there are the subtle physical cues. Attraction often reveals itself through body language before anything else. She may lean slightly closer when you talk, adjust her posture when you approach, or find small excuses to stay physically near you. Sometimes it's as simple as brushing your arm during a conversation, or standing just a little closer than necessary. These moments might seem accidental, but often they are quiet signals of comfort and desire. Another powerful sign appears through emotional openness. When a woman feels drawn to you, she begins to share more of herself. She talks about her experiences, her thoughts, and sometimes even the things she normally keeps private. This is not random conversation. It is trust slowly opening. Desire often creates a space where she feels safe being more authentic. Playfulness is another strong indicator. A woman who wants you often becomes more lighthearted around you. She may tease you, laugh more freely, or create little moments of fun during conversations. This playful energy is not just entertainment, it is a way of building connection. It shows that she enjoys your presence and feels comfortable expressing that enjoyment. But one of the clearest signals is consistency. Anyone can show interest for a moment, but real desire shows up repeatedly. She finds reasons to talk to you again. She continues conversations instead of letting them fade. She responds with energy instead of indifference. Over time, her actions show that she values staying connected with you. When these signals appear together, attention, closeness, emotional openness, playfulness, and consistent effort, they create a pattern. And patterns reveal truth far better than words ever can. Many men search for dramatic signs, but attraction often lives in the quiet details. The way she looks at you when she thinks you're not watching. The way her mood lifts when you enter the room. The way conversations with you seem to stretch longer than expected. Understanding these signals is not about manipulation or control. It is about awareness. When you recognize genuine attraction, you stop forcing things that don't need to be forced. You stop chasing validation and start responding to real connection. And that shift alone changes the entire dynamic between two people. Because when a woman truly desires you, she doesn't just tell you with words. She reveals it through energy, attention, and the small actions that quietly say far more than language ever could. Attention is one of the clearest signals of emotional attraction, yet many people overlook it because they expect attraction to be loud and obvious. In reality, it often appears in quiet moments through the way someone focuses on you. When a woman feels emotionally drawn to a man, her attention naturally gravitates toward him. It is not something she has to force or think about. Her mind and awareness simply begin to prioritize his presence. You may notice this in the way she listens. When you speak, she is not just waiting for her turn to talk. She is fully present in the conversation. She remembers the little details you mention, things most people would forget. Days later, she might bring up something you said casually, showing that your words stayed with her. This kind of attention is a powerful indicator because people only store details about things that matter to them. Presence is equally important. When someone is emotionally attracted, their body language often reflects a desire to stay engaged. She might lean slightly closer during conversation or turn her body toward you, even when others are around. Her eyes may stay on you longer than normal, not in an intense or uncomfortable way, but in a way that feels natural and curious. These small signals show that her focus is not scattered. It is centered on you. Another part of presence is how she reacts when you enter or leave a space. Her energy may shift subtly when you arrive. She might become more animated, smile more, or immediately try to include you in the conversation. When you leave, you might notice her attention fading from the group, as if the atmosphere changed slightly. True attraction often hides inside these moments of attention and presence. It is not about dramatic gestures or obvious declarations. Instead, it appears through consistent focus, genuine listening, and a quiet awareness that keeps bringing her attention back to you again and again. Small physical cues often reveal emotions that words try to hide. Human beings communicate a large part of their feelings through body language, often without even realizing it. When a woman feels a strong attraction towards someone, her body sometimes expresses that interest before she consciously decides to show it. These signals are usually subtle, quiet, and easy to miss if someone is not paying attention. One of the most common cues is physical proximity. When a woman desires someone, she naturally finds reasons to stay closer to him. She might choose the seat next to him instead of another empty one, or stand nearby even when there is plenty of space around. This closeness is rarely random. People instinctively move closer to those they feel comfortable and attracted to. Another cue appears in light, casual touches. These touches are often brief and seem accidental at first. It might be a gentle tap on the arm during laughter, a playful push, or a moment where her hand briefly brushes against yours. These actions are usually not dramatic or obvious, but they signal comfort and openness. Physical touch, even in small forms, can reflect a hidden desire to create a deeper connection. Posture also reveals a lot. A woman who is attracted may subtly adjust the way she sits or stands when you are around. She may straighten her posture, turn her body in your direction, or mirror some of your movements without realizing it. This mirroring happens naturally when people feel emotionally aligned with someone. Eye contact often works together with these physical cues. When attraction exists, her gaze may linger a little longer than usual. Sometimes she may look away quickly when your eyes meet, then glance back moments later. This pattern can reflect both curiosity and a quiet emotional pull. These small physical signals rarely appear alone. When several of them happen consistently, closer distance, light touch, attentive posture, and lingering eye contact, they begin to form a pattern. And patterns in body language often reveal feelings that words have not yet spoken. Emotional openness is one of the strongest indicators that attraction is moving beyond surface-level interest. When a woman begins to open up emotionally, it usually means she feels safe enough to show parts of herself that she does not reveal to everyone. This kind of openness does not appear instantly. It grows gradually as trust and comfort develop between two people. In the early stages of interaction, most conversations remain light and casual. People talk about everyday topics, simple opinions, or general experiences. But when emotional attraction starts to grow, the depth of conversation slowly changes. She may begin sharing personal thoughts, stories from her past, or feelings about things that truly matter to her. These moments are important because emotional sharing requires vulnerability, and people usually become vulnerable only around someone they feel connected to. You might notice that she asks deeper questions as well. Instead of just discussing ordinary topics, she may want to understand how you think, what motivates you, or what experiences shaped your personality. This curiosity often reflects a desire to build a more meaningful connection. She is not just interested in conversation, she is interested in understanding who you really are. Another sign of emotional openness is honesty in expressing feelings. She might talk about challenges in her life, moments when she felt uncertain, or things that made her proud. These conversations show that she trusts you enough to reveal both her strengths and her vulnerabilities. That level of openness rarely appears with someone she sees as unimportant. Emotional openness also creates a different kind of energy in conversations. The interaction becomes more genuine and relaxed. There is less pressure to impress and more comfort in simply being real with each other. When a woman shares her thoughts, emotions, and personal experiences freely, it often signals that she feels a growing sense of trust. And trust is one of the foundations that allows attraction to deepen into something much more meaningful. Playful behavior often reveals a level of comfort that people rarely show unless they feel emotionally safe around someone. When a woman begins to act more playful with you, it usually means the interaction has moved beyond simple politeness. There is a sense of ease and enjoyment that allows her personality to come out more naturally. Instead of carefully controlling every word or action, she relaxes and lets the moment flow. One of the most common forms of playful behavior is teasing. Light teasing can be a subtle way of building connection because it creates a shared sense of humor. She might joke about something small you said, challenge you in a fun way, or make playful comments that invite you to respond. This kind of teasing is not meant to criticize or create distance. Instead, it creates a dynamic where both people feel comfortable interacting without tension. Playfulness also appears through laughter. When someone is attracted and comfortable, they tend to laugh more easily in your presence. Even small jokes can spark genuine laughter because the emotional atmosphere feels positive and relaxed. Her reactions may feel more expressive, and conversations may carry a lighter energy compared to interactions with others. Sometimes playful behavior shows up through small challenges or friendly competitions. She might challenge you to prove something you said, argue in a joking way, or create little moments that keep the conversation lively. These interactions are often a sign that she enjoys the energy between you and wants to keep it going. Body language can also reflect playfulness. She may make expressive gestures, playful facial expressions, or brief light touches during moments of laughter. These signals often appear naturally when someone feels excited about the interaction. When playful behavior becomes a consistent part of your conversations, it usually reflects emotional comfort and genuine enjoyment. Attraction often grows in environments where both people feel free to laugh, tease, and enjoy each other's presence without pressure. Consistent effort to stay connected is one of the strongest signs that someone feels genuine interest. Attraction can appear in brief moments, but real desire often reveals itself through repeated actions over time. When a woman truly values the connection, she naturally looks for ways to keep the interaction alive instead of letting it fade. One clear sign of this effort is communication. She might initiate conversations, respond with energy, or continue discussions even when the original topic has ended. Instead of short or distant replies, her messages or words show engagement. She may ask follow-up questions, share new thoughts, or bring up something you previously talked about. This shows that the interaction matters to her enough to maintain it. Another form of effort appears through attention. She remembers details about your life, your interests, or the things you mentioned casually in earlier conversations. Later, she may refer back to those details, showing that she paid attention and kept them in mind. Remembering small things about someone often reflects a deeper level of interest, because it means they stayed in her thoughts. Effort can also appear through time and availability. Even with a busy schedule, someone who wants to stay connected usually finds small windows to talk, check in, or continue the relationship. It may not always be long conversations, but the consistency itself sends a strong message. Reaching out, responding thoughtfully, and making time for interaction shows that the connection holds value. You might also notice that she keeps conversations going instead of letting them end quickly. When the interaction slows down, she introduces a new topic, asks another question, or shares something from her day. These small actions help keep the flow alive and prevent distance from forming. Over time, consistent effort becomes a pattern. While occasional interest can happen with anyone, repeated attention and communication usually reveal something deeper. When someone continues to invest energy into staying connected, it often reflects genuine interest and a growing emotional attachment.